Welcome back, everybody. It's another Friday night, and Friday night means chaos, right? It is becoming more the norm than the exception. And tonight I have a very special guest with me.
Ta-da!
This is my very special guest for tonight. Normally I have him on Thursday nights.
It's my specialist.
Hey, what'd I tell you? But tonight,
It's my specialist.
he is joining us, and then he's going to go watch his cartoons. So he just wanted to say hello to everybody. Say hello.
Hello, everybody.
Say hi to your mom. Say hi to your mom.
Hello.
All right, go watch your cartoons. All right.
Advertisement.
Yep, advertisement. Yep, he knows that word.
Yeah.
One moment. Let me get him back going. All right. So, I got some, what do you call them? Tech bags, I guess. It has been one of those days. So, I went and I got new tires. Ordered them off Amazon, which is a thing now. And what I thought would take an hour to put on a set of tires took 2.5. So that kind of set the tone, you might say. And so it is what it is. But I got some new tech bags this week. Well, I got one actual tech bag and then a fanny pack thing. So I want to show you guys those. Lewis, did you see Haas? Hey, Charles. Brett says that was so perfect. I'm so proud of him. Yes, I have a special guest tonight, in case you all didn't know. You'll probably hear him a little bit in the background. I am using Crisp, so hopefully you won't hear the cartoons, okay? But if you do, let me know, and we'll try to fix it, okay? There's Lewis, Mr. Camera Junkie. Hi, everyone. So it's just been one of those days, yeah. And that's becoming more the norm than the exception. So yeah, not really sure what's going on with that, because normally Friday nights I don't do anything, and lately it has just been. It seems like one thing after another. Roy's saying, "Good day, Sly." Good day, Roy. How you doing, bud? Charles is here. Hello. And Suey's here. Hi, Sly, and to your special little man. Yes, he really wanted to say hi to everybody. He has not had a nap, so he's acting a little silly, and that's okay. Ayantu. Oh boy, I'm going to butcher this, and I apologize. But welcome. You're new. Welcome, welcome. I'm going to try it again. Ayantu. I'm not even going to try the last one. Okay. Is Ayantu right? If you could spell it out phonetically, that'd be great, because I'm from Oklahoma and not real good with names. I'm so sorry. But welcome. It is a pleasure to have you here. Lewis says hey. And there's Lewis Lazuka. Hey, Sly. How you doing, Lewis? So glad you made it, buddy. Lewis is liking the bags in the background. Yes, I thank you. I'm not sure how I feel about them yet, but it got them up off the floor, right? So, you know, it's an ongoing thing. Well, thank you. Did I get it even partially right? Ayantu? I'm going to work on it, okay? Oh, Charles has... Okay, I just now noticed, Charles, that you're under Orlando News. Okay. Is this a new channel? Is this a new thing? I like the background cartoon noise. Can you hear it? Because you should not be able to. Um. Ah. Did it just go away? Yeah. Um. Let me know, guys, because yeah, yeah. Let me know if it just went away. So, in my test, it was great. You couldn't hear any of it, but you know how these live things go. Uh, Jim says, "Hey Sly, happy Friday." Yeah, Jim, it's just been one of those days, right? And that's okay. That's okay. It's actually been a pretty good week, and I got new tires on my truck, so I'm a pretty happy girl about that. So I should probably do a video about my truck one of these times. Um, Brady says, "Yeah, we can hear it, but it's about as loud as your normal background music, which I forgot to turn on." Thank you. Yes. I don't know if that would be distracting more or not. Yes, we hear it. So because the comments are a little bit behind, uh, Crisp is now showing that it's in the green and it should be canceling it all out. So yeah, I don't know. But and he may fall asleep watching cartoons because he's not had a nap. So Sly, you look wonderful. Well, Lewis, you're a liar. But thank you. Thank you. Um, Pearl says, yes, we can hear it. And now it went away. Good. Okay. So, yeah, I had to uh, purchase the crisp because Peter and I were trying something out last night after midnight, and we ended up, I didn't realize crisp was on, and we ended up using like all the free minutes. So, yeah, so there it is. It's only picking up some parts now. That cut out most of the noise. Good, 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 good. Now the air conditioner will come on, and I apologize for that, but it is like 95 degrees. So, and mine is a whole lot closer to my microphone than Peter's is. So you'll probably hear some air conditioning. Sly, did we minimize our things or do we still need it all? Uh, I would say we need it all. What do you mean minimize? Now, I have gone. Sorry, I have to fix a Spinosaurus tail came off. Um, I would. I have. We've already done that. Here. Um, I. I really haven't minimized Lewis. I've just gotten really small cameras. So, but I did get a tech bag this week, and I adore it. I adore the material so much that I ordered the other two sizes. Started off with the medium, but I got a small and a large coming. And I got something else this week that's not a tech bag, but I absolutely love it. And Charles, you may be interested in this because it works phenomenally. Um, Roy says condenser microphones pick up everything. Yes, they do. Right? Um, it is what it is. You know, it's Friday night. So I've come to expect things not to be all 100% right. That would be a dinosaur in my background. Uh, Charles says, yes, I changed my name in YouTube. It goes more with what I film. I like that. I really, really like that. Because yes, you're 100% right. It does. Lewis says, all the things. You betcha. You betcha. And Peter's, Haas. Peter says, hi, buddy. So I want to show you guys this. This is like I don't know. I'm in love with this little bag. It is the Wandered tech bag, and this is the medium size. You can buy their little belt. If I can keep it in the picture, and attach it to these little clips and make a fanny pack out of this. But I've found a fanny pack that works even better. But this thing, and I really hope you can see the inside of this. I've got a little charger because my camera's little, so it has these little bitty dinky batteries, and everybody kind of laughs at me for carrying so many batteries, but these are tiny and they just don't last very long. And the ones for the G7X are even smaller. And then I've got my memory cards in here. And this just fits in my camera case so, so well. It's got like two, I don't know if you can see that. Wish I had a light shining down. It's got two good sized pockets here. It's got a big, big pocket in the front. And then it's got one. Please. It's got one good sized pocket there. It's like from finger to finger. Okay. And then it's got these two little bitty dinky pockets on the side, which are perfect size for these little dinky batteries. Right. So this just fits in my bag so well. And it does have another pocket in the front, and this pocket would be like for sunglasses or something, because it's like got that fleece lining stuff that feels so good. So, but the material on this, and I think from what I understand, the Wandered Provoke is made out of this material. And if it is, I'm probably going to have to get one because this is so soft. How soft is it? It's so soft. I love this thing. But let me show you the find of the week. Voila. Okay. And I'll show you why I love this thing so much. This is the PGY Tech. What's it called? It's their fanny pack, right? And it has a pocket here that you can put your phone in or whatever, but it also has two pockets. Now this would be your belly, okay, or if you can wear it as like a chest one, or you can wear it as a fanny pack. So this would be you facing this way. So my phone, cards, money, etc., etc. And then inside, I've got a microphone in a rather large case and the G7X, right? And I mean, you just pull it out and boom, you're ready to go. And it is just so, so handy. It also has on this side, it does have places to, if you can see that, it does have places to put batteries, but it's got a better place. And then it's got a big pocket over here. And if you turn it around, it's got this zipperty pocket. And in here, you can put your batteries. And it has this little green on one side, red on the other, to tell you if your batteries are charged or dead. And, of course, a place for a pin. So this side is a magnetic closure. So kind of cool. And these have a magnetic closure. If I didn't have them stuffed so full, it snaps shut. So this thing is just, it feels good too. It's actually smoother than this bag. They both feel ridiculously good. So if you just have a little bit to carry, this is definitely the way to go. I think it's like 3 liters, but it will hold so much stuff. And I just kind of stumbled on it by accident. I wasn't looking really for a fanny pack, and I found this, and I'm like, oh. And so I put it on, and I'm like, oh. Yeah, so those are my 2 finds for the week. This is the medium size, and I have a smaller version and a larger version. Now the larger version is it's good size. And Charles, I did try a cosmetic bag, and it only has like the one, you just open it and it's one big thing. And I wanted like pockets or dividers or however you want to call it. So Wandered and PGY Tech. Where did I leave off? What dinosaur is that? Oh, yes. Hoss. Hoss. What dinosaur is that?
Dinosaurs.
Well, tell them. Did it lose its head again? Oh, it's eating other dinosaurs at the moment, but it's a Spinosaurus. And I'm sure he could tell you which period it's from. Yeah, I don't know. Roy says it's painful when your tail falls off. Yeah, you just have to put it back on. It's all good. Uh, Peter says he forgot to tell you, Charles loves the new name. I just think that fits you to a T. That is that how you came up with Orlando News. That's perfect, Charles. I really like that. Itty bitty bag. It's an itty bitty bag to go into another itty bitty bag. Okay. So I've condensed as much as is humanly possible and still carry camera gear into a little bag because I'm not very big, right? And I have been researching and researching and researching, and there's an actual formula that you're supposed to go from the small of your back to that below that knot in your neck, that little bump right there. And that's the height of the bag you should have. And then they didn't really say anything about the width, but the thickness of the bag should be equal to or less than the thickness of you. Okay. So if you're 7 inches wide, then you can carry a 7-inch backpack. If you're a big old boy and you're 12 inches wide, you can carry a 12-inch deep backpack. But I'm not very big, and so for me, a 5.5 is perfect. But it's really, really hard to find a 5.5-inch deep backpack. So this is a 5.5. Okay, and this bag fits me absolutely perfect. It's short. My torso is not very long, and it's thin enough that it doesn't turtle me. If you're not very thick from front to back, and you put a big backpack on like the PGY Tech that's hanging up right there, that backpack is really thick, and when I put it on, it tries to pull me backwards. So, and not in a good way. You would think, oh well, it's making you sit up straight. No, it's actually trying to take you over the back there. So I've kind of been searching for a backpack that fits that criteria. I already have it. Everything that I looked at, I like what I have better. So so now I'm just buying little gadget bags. Charles says, "Thank you, Peter." Lewis says, "So convenient." Lewis, I tell you what, this little fanny pack, I could see you sporting this thing. It comes in black and blue, and I got the blue, obviously. But it just fits like it just tucks right in, right? And so you don't feel like the fanny packs of old, okay? They are kind of like the USB microphones of old. They sucked, right? They were obtrusive and they looked really bad. And so my daughter is actually the one who mentioned a what did we talk about the ads, son? We're not gonna do that, are we?
Yeah.
I don't pay for YouTube without ads, and so when an ad comes on, he doesn't like the advertisements. So that's what that is. So Susan says, how many batteries will it hold to be stocked up? I have, I think 5. Yes, I do. I have 5 for the G7X. So 1 in the camera and 4 spares. And then in the Wandered, I have more than 5 for the M6, and I think I have 4 in the bag and 1 in the camera. So, but Missy, if you had a fanny pack, this thing is not. Next time we go out, I'm gonna wear this thing because it is so comfortable. You don't even realize you have it on, right? And I usually wear a belt with my jeans anyway, and so I just put it where the belt is, and I don't even feel it, right? So yeah, I'm loving this little thing. Let's see what's inside. Well, I just showed you what's inside. What's inside what? what's, what's inside what, Lewis? Roy says fanny pack means something very different elsewhere in the world. Oh, okay. Well, you can make the strap longer and wear it as a sling. I don't have very good luck with slings. They don't fit me very well, probably because my torso is so short. But that was one of the things that they said that you could do. And Wandered actually, they sell a little belt it's not very thick. It's kind of thin. But they actually advertise this as a sling, and I think they show it on somebody's back and somebody's front, and as a waist pack. So yeah, it just, for me, this fits in my camera bag perfect, and this fits on my tummy perfect. So there you go. A belly bag. How about that? You like a belly bag? Hey Scott, how you doing, bud? I don't know if you would sport a belly bag or not. Um, yes, yes.
Are you happy?
I'm very happy. You want to say hi to everybody again? Okay, let's not get the. He's got foam, sand, and what's the other one? Slime.
Sure.
You don't think I'm brave? Okay. Um, Lewis says, I'm trying to figure out what I enjoy using, but I love them all. Man, I highly recommend this because you could carry your M camera in here with batteries, a microphone, and just be ready to go at a moment's notice. Or you could carry your phone and one of these little microphones for your phone, make it even smaller, right? So, but this thing it's just so comfortable, and I wouldn't wear it if it wasn't comfortable. All right, I'm I care less about fashion. I'm all about comfort. Uh, Cretaceous dino. Okay, is Spinosaurus from the Cretaceous period?
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it was in water.
He could go in the water. Yes, he could, and he liked to fish, didn't he?
He was in.
Come on up here. Come on up here.
This Spinosaurus is a baby.
You're my baby. All right. Remember? Indoor voice.
I'm not a baby.
No, you're not a baby. You're a big boy.
Yeah.
And honey, okay, so when I click on somebody's picture, it puts what they said on the screen. See there? Love that first bag. I'd need small, and it would probably solve the little stuff everywhere in my camera bag. Yes. Okay. If you're going to talk, you have to go over here and watch your cartoons. Okay. Thank you. That was my problem, Jim, is I had batteries everywhere. The batteries for the M6, you're lucky if you get an hour of recording out of them. And Canon, you only get a 30-minute recording limit anyway. But when we took it to the cave, I ran out of battery. And so I had to switch over to the Osmo Action for the rest of it. So I just needed something for all the little cords, the mics, just all the little stuff that kind of, you know, you think it's nice and tidy when you put it in there, and then you close it and you walk around with the bag all day, and then you go to open it and you've got stuff everywhere. So that's why I was looking for a tech bag, and I really I have found them. Now, it was very interesting that for a camera strap, I like the Peak design. Um, this is his conglomerate of foam, sand, and slime. Not in the computer, okay?
Okay.
All right. It'll be over by the time I get over here. There you go. Don't like those advertisements. And Lewis says, Sly, how is your back while carrying all the stuff with you? Lewis, I had that little black bag packed full, completely full. And we went to the Ren Fair, and I carried it on my back. We were probably there 3.5 hours, and several times I forgot I had it on my back. So it's so comfortable, and the bag itself, I think, weighs less than 2 pounds. So even though you fill it up with a lot of gear, now I had my camera in my hand because I was filming, but I had all the accessories and everything that goes with it in the bag, and I didn't have any trouble at all. So, but that's what I'm saying. If you find a bag that fits you, that's the key, right? There's so many bags out there, and there are so many different styles. I mean, everybody's making camera bags now, right? And there's so many, you know, if you like the flap over, or, you know, I really was looking at the Wandered. The Wandered Provoke Light is about the same size as this one. It's the same bag. It's just a different material and a lot more expensive. It's a lot more expensive. So the Vanguard comes in about $90, and the Wandered Provoke Light comes in about $239, I think. So more than double the price. But and it's configured almost the same. Now it does have side access, which not a huge fan. I've got several of my bags have side access, and I've never used them. I like to open the whole thing, and I like to see everything I have at once, right? I don't want to have a little hidey door, just take camera out. So the Vanguard has 2 pockets. So like water bottle and tripod, or water bottle and water bottle, or, you know, it just, I like the 2 pockets better. So I kind of decided not to get a new camera bag. And if you look at my wall, you're going, you don't need one anyway. And you're right. But having said that, this,
What's that smell, Glenn?
that one right there, that is a Low Pro something, but it has a waist belt, and so it transfers the weight from your back to your hips. So if I was going to go on like a longer hike than what we did, now it doesn't have as much room for camera gear per se. It has a smaller camera area, but then it has a larger pack thing on top. So, but that's the one I would take if we were going like through the woods or Turner Falls. When we went to Turner Falls, we were out for probably 6 hours, probably. And I think that day I tried a sling, and I hated it. Hated every minute of it. Every time I bent over, the sling, you know, it was just, I hated it. So that was the one and only time I've used that sling. So yeah, I would take the one right above my head. But for everyday run and gun, that Vanguard can't be beat. They actually have, which you can't see it in here, it's on the wall though. There's actually the next size up. Same exact bag. This is the one I carry is a 42. That's a 46, which is the next size up. And just that little bit of size, there's not much difference at all. But just that little bit of size is enough that that bag is not comfortable, the 46, on me. But it probably would be on somebody a little bit bigger than me. So that formula about, figure out how wide you are, like like front to back wide, that's how big your camera bag should be. And then from the small of your back to that knot on your neck, you measure that, and that's how long it should be. So I've seen a lot of people.
Me too. I'm playing with my slime.
I've seen a lot of people wear really big bags, and they complain about their neck and their back hurting. So it makes sense. Roy says, I still have nightmares of those lens bags that fitted on a belt to pull your trousers down, right? That I did see a guy, he was doing a camera bag review, and he had a lens that was like that long, right? He shoots like really far animals, probably wildlife, but his problem was he couldn't find a bag big enough to put that lens in, right? And that's what he carried when he went out. And so I don't have that problem. I have a well, I had, when we went to the castle, I had my son's camera that has that ridiculously stupid zoom on it. And if I need to see something, I'll get closer to it, I guess. I don't really worry about it. My camera's so little, and I think my biggest lens is probably that big. So yeah, it's definitely not a problem for me. Lewis says, I love slings. You want one? Because I got one, bud. Yeah, they just don't work with me. And plus, this thing is like thick. It's like really wide, right? And so I had it across my front, and it stuck out, and it was constantly in the way the entire day. I even tried it on my back. No, no, I'm just not a sling type person. Roy says, I like messengers or slings. Backpacks take too long to access. Okay. That's another thing. You know, if you've got a little bit of size to you, you can wear a messenger bag, right? Uh, Again, I'm just not, I'm size challenged. So, if I put any kind of weight on one side of me, I would be in a world of hurt. Not too long.
You want to play with my slime?
No, but you go right ahead. Slime. Yeah.
You want to play with my slime?
And
Can you play with my
I did this. I brought this into this house. So I have no one to blame but myself. Yes. Roy says, I'm always buying bags. None ever seem perfect. I have not seen a formula for anything but backpacks, but that's all I was researching. So please don't fall. Thank you. So there may be a formula for, how much, if you have 2 messenger bags, that's what you need. Crisscross applesauce. Put one on each hip, and that way you're balanced out, right? I don't know what you'd carry in both of them. Lenses, cameras, I don't know. There you go. So Roy, what do you have a favorite like brand? Because this wandered material, this feels really good. Now I will say that since I've been carrying this Vanguard for about the last year, it's a, what is that called? Cordura nylon. It gets softer with age. It was kind of stiff in the beginning, and I noticed the last time we went to the Ren Fair, I noticed it had gotten a lot softer, but it's been riding around in my truck too. So there's that. So Susan said, "What is that used to recharge the batteries?" It's just a charger. Yeah, it just has this little cord that plugs in. I can see so. And then you just plug it into a USB and it charges two batteries at once. What's interesting is this is an off-brand. I use Wasabi. Um, this will charge Canon batteries. The Canon charger will not charge Wasabi batteries. Go figure that. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's up with that, but Canon being proprietary again, I'm sure. I love Canon cameras, don't get me wrong, but some of the things the company does, hmm, kind of iffy. Camera straps are so helpful. I love the PGY Tech things that just hook into. You just put the little strap around and you just can hook it. You can put a wrist thing. You can put a camera strap. So I've never been a real big fan of camera straps, but Mr. Camera Junkie was talking about he almost dropped a camera and he had his wrist strap on, and so it didn't drop, right? I can't tell you how many times I have almost dropped a camera. I have never dropped one, but I have come really close. One moment, please. I must get a tissue.
No, I mean wash my hands.
Here.
No, I mean wash my hands.
You can't right now until the live stream's over, okay? So you just use that. Thank you. Okie dokie. That's what we call slime and foam mixed together. Oh, and sand. Add sand to that. I had 3 separate containers and he mixed it all into one. So yeah, go figure. There's Uncle G. Happy Friday, everyone. Sorry for being late. Look at little man. Yes, with slime all over his hands. Yes, it's going to be a fun evening. Roy says, Uncle G, I'm even later. It's Saturday here. Right? Yeah, so it's Saturday afternoon. Or almost afternoon, I think. Thank you, Lewis. Roy's saying no flash. I don't really do a lot indoors. So and it's during the day. So if I went somewhere at night, I have these really cute little lights that just go right on the side of every camera I own, including the Osmo. My Osmos have these cute little cages that have 2 cold shoes on them. And so that light just fits right perfect right there. Stick a mic right there. You're good to go. So yeah, I have one flash. I don't know that I have used it more than once. So definitely not something I would carry. Low Pro are great, but too heavy. Yeah, that one, it's really thin, so it's not that heavy, but the camera compartment, let me just get it down. So it's not this way, it's not any wider than the Vanguard, but this is the camera cube. Just this is the camera part. This is for your incidentals, right? And that's really not enough. But I guess if you're going on a long hike, you don't really want a whole lot of weight. So I hike about once a year. Okay. I'm not a big hiker. Lewis says, I agree, Roy. I've seen a lot of the low pros. I think I actually bought a Tahoe, I think is what it's called, and I sent it back. Because it just, number one, the bag was small, but it was heavy. And that Vanguard, I don't even think it weighs 2 pounds. So it's called the Vanguard VO Go, and it comes in a bunch of different sizes. And it has on the top compartment, it's just like the Wandered. It has that packet area, but that bag just works for me. Roy says Think Tank, and Timba seem to be the best protection to weight balance. Roy, I was looking at the Timba because
I understand. Don't worry.
it's set up a lot like the Wandered. It has the outside roll top. This has a roll top, but it's, as I turn that inside out, it's covered up with this. The Timba Fulton and the Wandered Provoke have exterior roll tops. So I don't really top mine, so I just keep the thing down. But yeah, this thing it'll expand quite a bit. I don't really ever expand it like that, so I just keep everything tucked in there. And what do I have in here? Oh, I had something. I don't know what I did with it. I had a microphone or something in there. But it went to the tire store today, and I didn't get to take a lot of video because, like I said, what I thought was going to take an hour took 2.5. Go figure. That long would be a medium length telephoto. Okay. Well, it looked like a really long telephoto, but okay. What's up, bub?
Can I join with you?
Can you what?
Can I join with you? Look, a penny.
A what?
Penny.
It's a kangaroo.
A kangaroo.
Roy is from Australia, where there's kangaroos.
A kangaroo.
And you know what a baby kangaroo is called? A joey. That's what you are. You're a joey.
I'm not a joy. I'm a baby boy.
Lewis says, lovely chat today, Sly. I learned a lot. Thank you so much. Lewis, I'm so glad you're here.
I'll love him.
What do you want?
Eat me out loud.
Okay.
And squeeze my booty.
You're being silly. Remember what we said about being silly? Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you for being here. And little man's getting restless. He hasn't had a nap, and it's 11:12. He's probably about ready to go night-night. So, what's funny is sometimes he will tell me, Granny, it's time to go to bed. Never at nap time, but sometimes at bedtime he'll say, yep, it's time to go to bed. So that's okay. Wait until you have grandkids and you'll understand. You'll think back and you'll go, yeah, I remember that live stream that I tried to do with her grandson. Yep. Roy says, I don't care what the bags look or feel like as long as they work. Well, yeah, but I mean, if it's scratchy and yeah, and I wouldn't want it to be scratchy. The Wandered material, I think, would feel really good wearing it. And I realize that they all have like all this padding and everything that's up against your back. But I'm kind of a tactile person, so
I know.
so I do kind of care a little bit about what it feels like. The Timba is a canvas, and I kind of like that because canvas gets softer with age too. So they all start out kind of stiff in the beginning when they're new, but it's how they break in, right? And it's kind of like a Bible. An old Bible is way more valuable than a new Bible because it's broke in, right? Make stuff, do stuff. Hey, John, how you doing, bud? Just editing and watching the same time. You know, I wish I could get motivated. I've got 5 videos. I've got 5 videos to edit, and number one, I'm not home a lot. But yeah, I really need to get on the ball and get some of those videos out. That is a generic USB charger, holds 2 batteries. Yes, it is. And okay, Roy, explain this one to me. Why does Wasabi charge Canon, but Canon chargers won't charge Wasabi? So I don't even carry a Canon charger with me anymore because I do have 2 authentic Canon batteries for the M6, and I have 2 for the G7X, but the rest of them are all Wasabi's. And they've, so far, I haven't had to buy replacements. Never let your batteries drain completely. It will damage them, so keep them charged.
Oh, man.
You're 100% right. And I didn't realize when we were filming the cave.
Let me try this again.
Hey. I didn't realize that we had been filming as long. And honestly, it was dark in the cave. I honestly didn't look at it. So the camera just shut off and I was like, yeah. And I thought it was the recording limit had turned it off. And no, it was the fact that the battery was dead. All right. Okay. Slide, you have a hard time charging everything or nope? Lewis, I hate having as many different batteries and stuff as I have. I wanted, okay. I wanted another camera for this one. Okay, go watch your cartoons, okay? You're being noisy. I wanted another camera for this spot, and I bought an M6 because it has the same battery as the M6 Mark II. Peter and I figured out how to get this to do, it's not really clean HDMI. It's running through the Canon EOS, what's it called? Webcam utility. So it's not as good a quality as the HDMI, but it is a second camera, right? So there's that. But I don't want, so I looked at the M200. There was 2 or 3 that I looked at. I looked at another Sony, right? I just don't want another battery system. So I'll probably save up my pennies and get a third M6 Mark II just because I love this camera. Gone 2 o'clock here Saturday. Okay, so you're Saturday afternoon. So how does that work on the stock market? Well, I guess your stock market wouldn't be the same as mine. So I don't know how that would work. I can't be without a bit of lighting. Yes. Like here now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lights. 2 great big ones and 3 smaller ones. So, yes, lighting is everything. I almost think audio is more and lighting would be second. But, oh, thank you. Love you so much. Love you too, Lewis. Roy says, weight becomes a problem on planes. Yes, it does. And I used to fly to Las Vegas a lot. And I always checked my bag because I didn't want to carry it through the airport. Not my camera bag, okay, just like my clothes and stuff. But now that I carry a camera bag everywhere I go, it has to fit under the seat in front of me. I don't even want to stow it up in the upper compartment. It has to. I want to see it the whole time, right? If I were to go to Las Vegas and take my camera, I would take both cameras. So now you're talking a little bit of money. You get 2 cameras and probably 4 lenses, and you would be talking some money if you had to. Oh yeah, you got stickers on. You got there. He's got stickers on Mickey. Very pretty. So yes, and my little Vanguard would fit under a thing fine. I don't think I could get both cameras and 4 lenses in there. So Lewis says, hope you have a wonderful weekend, everyone. Thanks, Sly. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you for coming in. I'm sorry about the interruption, but it is what it is. Okay. All right. Okay. Go watch your cartoons. You're being noisy. See how long that works. It probably won't work that long. Appreciate you sharing your time with us. So I don't worry about the motivation. I feel you 100%. Yeah, I need to reprioritize and make editing videos higher up on the priority list. So Roy says Canon and Nikon don't like you buying OEM batteries. You mean non-OEM? Yeah. Um, I've figured that out. Yeah, Canon is like I said, I really do like their Canon cameras, but spread the wealth just a little bit. You know, the batteries seem to work okay in the cameras. I mean, all the functions work and everything with them, but um, the chargers are a no-go. Peter says the Canon charger looks for the Canon chip inside it before it'll start charging. Yeah, and the Wasabi, boom, you put it in, it starts charging. It's great. I agree. I want to get the M6 Mark II. Lewis, I love these cameras. Peter used to say, when you find your camera, you'll know it. And I did try that's the 80D over there. This one, that's the 80D. I did sell the 90D, but it's just too big. It doesn't fit my hand right. It's just too big. Right? We're back to size again. The M6 is literally looking at both of them. The M6 is half the size. It's thinner, it's smaller this way, and the hand grip just fits my hand, whereas the 80D is just too big. So when you find a camera that fits you, you'll know it 100%. And the M6 is just my camera. Roy says cameras are bad enough, but lighting too makes batteries the bane of my life. Yeah, I have four, five, five different chargers. The Insta360 has its own battery. The Osmo has its own battery. That was the reason I didn't get the Osmo 3, was because it looks identical to the Osmo. The battery is just a smidgen off. So you have to have a whole new set of batteries, right? They would have been smarter, because people like me would have bought an Osmo 3 if I could have used my original Osmo batteries, because I have like 12 of those. So, but I have the Insta360 charger, the Osmo charger, the G7X charger, the Sony charger, and the M6 charger, and the 80D charger. 6. Yeah, I think that's all. It's annoying. Very annoying. And yeah, if you were adding lighting to that, the lights that I have, they just plug into any USB-C. So I have 3 cables plugged into a USB-A charger, and I have USB-A to USB-C plugged into, and I can just plug the lights, the microphones, or I've gone to all USB-C. Everything is USB-C except the stupid batteries. So I have this thing about batteries. Lewis says, yeah, Sony isn't the one for me yet, but who knows until I try. Another thing I like about the M6 Mark II, which a lot of people do not, it has a flip up screen. I just happen to have one right here. The Sony, it just went away. I do dislike that the Mac, even if you're moving the mouse and stuff, it still goes to sleep after so long. So the M6 screen flips up. The Sony flips out. The G7X flips up. The Canon 80D flips out, right? I just really like the flip up. And I put these little, it's not really a cage, it's just a little adapter, but it gives me two cold shoes. So I don't need this one, right? I put like a mic either here or here, and then if I need a light, I have an extra cold shoe for it. So this works for me. It's very, very lightweight. You can carry this around all day, right? In fact, this is my vlogging setup. It's got the 11 to 22 on it, and
Do you think we should go and
my little Manfrotto Pixie tripod.
second?
I can screw it on there. But yeah, that's all I need right there. Yeah, right there. Yep. And I can carry that all day. In fact, I did. I carried it for 3 or 4 hours at the Ren Fair. Right.
Advertisement. Advertisement. Advertisement.
Now, how many 3-year-olds do you know that say advertisement? Really? First time he did it, I cracked up laughing. I'm like, an advertisement? Really? It's an ad. He doesn't like ads. And he's getting really tired, so he gets loud when he's tired. Royce says to Lewis, you can have my Sony A7. It worked sort of when it was new, but died just out of warranty. Now it's a paperweight. Well, I bought the Sony ZV-1 off John, and it has worked phenomenally. I have forgotten to turn it off a time or two. It doesn't seem to bother it at all. The only thing when I did a comparison with the Sony and the Canon was so much steadier, and with the Sony you have to put the an adapter on to make the lens more wide angle. Now, from what I understand, the new ZV-1 is going to have a wider angle lens anyway. Will it be wide enough? I don't know. But Roy says I have a bench set up just to charge the batteries. Yeah, that's just annoying. It's annoying. They should do like, back in the day before we had all these different things ran off AA, AAA, C, D. You just had to have 4 or 5. Well, I guess you still had to have 4 or 5. Okay, I'll shut up now. Oh, can we get a few thumbs up, guys? I don't even know what we're at, Peter. We're at 11. That's not bad. I don't know how many people are in here. 9.
Do you think Lily
So that's not bad. The V10 flips up too. It does, but it's more of a vertical, right? So that's one of the problems I have with using my phone is I tend to shoot with my phone like this. You're supposed to shoot with your phone like this. Actually, like this. I found this out. This is supposed to be on the bottom. You would think that was supposed to be on the top, right? That looks more normal. It's not. It's upside down. It's supposed to be like that. That's how Apple intended it. I don't ever think to take a video that way. I always take it like that. So, yeah, I don't know. It just kind of the V10 I think is geared for the generation that does use their phone as a camera. And I am old school and I like my cameras to be horizontal. Thank you very much. Flippy screens are too small for me, so I use field monitors. Well, Roy, I need to talk with you, buddy, because I have I want to say it's a Lilliput 7-inch. And it turns on. I think I've gotten it to work once, but I had to sacrifice my other 27-inch, and hey. Could we not do that, please? You're making a mess on my computer, remember? Yes, I asked you not to do that. So, Susan says, so proud of a little man that was well behaved without a nap. Yeah, it is getting kind of late for him. He is on a little bit different schedule than what most 3-year-olds are because his mama works late nights. So They go to bed later and they get up later. So he'll probably sleep until 9:30, 10:30 in the morning. Um, wow, that's very generous, Roy. It doesn't work, Lewis. Roy says, at the moment, I'm using a Nikon Z8 as a webcam. Did you get one? Were you one of the ones that actually got your hands on one? Because I heard it was back ordered. So, yeah, I don't know. But that's cool. Yeah. Um, the the ADD was working in manual mode, and if I move around at all, it would go in and out of focus. Well, with the using it as a webcam, it doesn't have the same clarity as the M6 because it's going through that little USB instead of the HDMI. So, but it's okay. It kind of gives you a look at the cartoons, right? It's all good. Roy says, my phone has forgotten how to take photos. Yeah, Roy, I think you're probably my age, and yeah, our generation, we weren't born with a phone in our hand. Um, I swore when my son was like 14 or 15 that when they implanted the phone in the wrist, he would be the first in line for that. Thank you, Beth. Yep, didn't work. There it goes. So I'm just, I'm still of the old school thought that if the phone rings and I can answer it, I will, but I'm not going to let something burn on the stove so I can run and go get the phone. Right? I'll see who it was after I take care of the stove and then call them back or whatever. So, um, but the younger generation, like my phone rang tonight and little man's like, your phone's ringing, you gotta come get your phone. No, I don't. If it's important, they'll call back or I can call them back. So just different. That's definitely a different generation gap thing. Ooh, you doing like vertical video slide? No, no. Because then when I go to edit them, I have the two black lines on the side because I forgot to turn the phone, right? I think the Forerunner radio install, which is like one of my biggest videos ever, the whole thing has got pretty much a lot of it has got the lines on the side. So we kind of did an overlay thing to make it not look as obvious. But anyone who knows what they're looking at knows I screwed up. Yeah, it's all good. Uh, Many HDMI and cheap cables cause many video problems. Yes, yes, and that ODB takes that weird looking shape HDMI. Roy says I'm NPS, so I got a Z8 a couple of weeks ago. Okay, I don't know what NPS is. Is that like a VIP over here? Many devices are phone controlled these days, and I'd rather just use it to answer calls. That's where I'm at, Roy. I have this thing called a chaser, and this thing works exceptionally well. You put your phone in it, you can turn this so your phone's actually sideways like it's supposed to be, and it works. It follows you. Okay, there's an app you download to your phone, and this thing works ridiculously good. You can just set it down and go wherever you want to, and it's gonna track you, right? But you have to download the app on your phone. And my phone is for phone calls. I have learned to text. I tell a lie because I am pretty good at texting, but I just don't think of it as a camera. So there's that. Okay, NPS is like the CPS, Canon Professional stuff. Okay, Nikon Professional. Okay, gotcha. Okay, well that's cool. Well deserved. Well deserved. Well, guys, I am going to wrap this up. See if I can get little man put to bed and try to get all the slime off my computer. Yeah. But I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming in and putting up with, it just seems like there's chaos every Friday, and and it's all good. We keep going, right? So we will see you next week. Um, Pretty much no matter what, right? Little man probably won't make another appearance, but he did really well tonight. I'm very proud of him. Normally he's at his dad's on Friday night, and that's one of the reasons I picked Friday. But I'm thrilled that he's here, and we'll get to. We're gonna say bye now. So, um, love you guys. Thank you for coming in. And you new people, if you're still here, thank you.
Bye.
You guys are always welcome. Um, and we'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. You want to say bye?
Bye.
Bye.